Tyson Fury said that Wilder is a tougher fight than Anthony Joshua. Tony Bellew gets mad and defends Anthony Joshua. We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below. It does help the channel in a phenomenal way. ESPN Plus, they got a ton of original content, exclusives, BTS, docuseries, archive fights, boxing, and UFC. Tons of stuff to watch. Get ESPN Plus as a standalone app, or you can bundle it, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, and you can get all three of those apps for one low price. So shout out to everybody who sent super chats. You guys have showed mad love. I want to talk about Tony Bellew did some recent interviews, link in the description. And Bellew believes that Dillian Whyte rematch could provide more problems for Joshua than a Fury fight. So these are they did an exclusive interview, and he's saying notions like this. It's crazy the way the heavyweight division is working. I think AJ does beat Tyson Fury, but he's only got 6 rounds to do it. If it goes past 6 rounds, I don't think he beats Tyson Fury. To beat Tyson Fury, you got to be willing to jump on him, not care what's coming back. I believe the only heavyweight in the world with the skill set, the speed, and accuracy who can do it is Anthony Joshua. On the other hand, when it comes to matching up other fighters, I may think AJ beats Fury, but I think AJ has real problems going in with Dillian Whyte in a rematch because styles make fights. Dillian will put pressure on AJ, and he'll probably trade because it's so fierce between them and the rivalry and the domestic stuff. He'll probably get caught up in a war, and that would be wrong. If AJ went in and boxed against someone like Dillian Whyte, he gives himself a much better opportunity. But when emotions take part, things get out of hand. You get caught up in the moment, start trading. I think AJ going in against Fury, he doesn't get involved with any of that. He just literally jumps on him and throws, lets his punches go. AJ is the fastest combination puncher in the heavyweight division since Mike Tyson. Okay, this man, he sounds way off. Bro, he says AJ is the fastest puncher with combinations than Mike Tyson. In fact, that is so wrong that there's other speedy guys. Andy Ruiz has faster hands. Listen, the UK in the boxing world is looking extremely bad right now. And we haven't even got past, look, they said ferocious. Tony Bellew makes stunning claim comparing Anthony Joshua attribute to Mike Tyson. I mean, this sounds crazy, bro. But whatever. The UK, they have their own world. It sounds like they live in boxing. He's saying that Dillian Whyte gives Joshua more problems, and Dillian Whyte was knocked out violently by both Joshua and then recently Povetkin. I just don't understand where this is coming from. But in another portion of this interview, Tony Bellew is adamant Tyson Fury is, quote, talking nonsense, and breaks down why Anthony Joshua is far better than Deontay Wilder. It says the Gypsy King told Talk Sport and made it clear how he views the heavyweight division. So basically, Tyson Fury, if you guys watch my channel, stay tuned to my channel for the latest and greatest. Tyson Fury says Wilder is basically tougher. He thinks he's a harder fight in the third fight than Joshua in the first fight. It says, when asked about Joshua, Tyson Fury declared, quote, I think he's third tier heavyweight. I think there's me and Wilder that can easily beat them all. I do put Alexander Usyk up there because he's fleet-footed southpaw. But Anthony Joshua, I've said it many times, all these other heavyweights can beat each other, as we've seen. Right? After hearing these comments, Bellew told White and Jordan on Talk Sport, quote, Tyson Fury, he's talking nonsense when he says that it's only between him and Wilder and everybody else is on another level. Let's just get something straight. Deontay Wilder was desperate against Luis Ortiz, and Luis Ortiz is about 95 years old. It's ridiculous what he's saying. We all know Deontay Wilder is a one-trick pony. Do not get me wrong. It's a hell of a trick. If the trick lands, you wake up in the ambulance. But make no mistake about it, Anthony Joshua is far better than Deontay Wilder. Far better. Everything that he does is better. The only attribute that Deontay Wilder has over all these guys is one punch power. But there's no point in having a one punch power if he hasn't got a skill set to land it, and he clearly hasn't. It's bravado coming from Fury. I've got all the respect for Tyson Fury. He's right now the #1 heavyweight. No one could dispute that, but make no mistake, Anthony Joshua is only getting better. This is a guy with limited experience who achieved everything at the speed of light. Olympic champion, world champion, unified world champion. Every single person he's faced, he's beaten. Wow. This man, Tony Bellew, is clearly on the rematch room, slave room payroll. Like, it doesn't even sound like he sounds like a fanatical fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sounds like Joshua's promoter. He's not being realistic as far as I'm concerned. He's saying that Joshua is the fastest combination puncher since Mike Tyson, whatever. There's no comparison to anything Mike Tyson does and Joshua, you know, but whatever. The other thing that's ironic is the UK is looking really bad. First of all, Eddie Hearn talked all this big stuff about the American takeover, and he's been pushed back to the UK. A lot of his fights, Buatsi and, you know, this Katie Taylor triple header, all that stuff is relegated to the UK, and they're not big fights in America, and he's been pushed back. And don't blame it on the Rona and all that. He doesn't have the arsenal. He doesn't have the arsenal in the pool, regardless of that, to make big fights out here. Meanwhile, you got fights like Teofimo and Lomachenko, Bob Arum, Top Rank. PBC has a gang of them. Gervonta, Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. You know, Top Rank and PBC got the Wilder Fury 3, which should be coming probably the first quarter of next year. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn has no popping fights in America. And, you know, I don't think Tyson Fury was being facetious or, you know, showing bravado as Tony Bellew. I basically disagree with everything Tony Bellew said. You know, I don't think Fury was not being himself. I get it. Fury's a jokester, trickster, and stuff like that. I think he really believes that him and Wilder are the best heavyweights. And the UK is starting to get like real laughable. The UK, there's a lot of people that represent the UK in boxing, and it's just like delusions of grandeur. Like they have these weird, deluded thoughts. Like people keep saying that Luis Ortiz is 95 years old, but okay, Wilder fought a 95-year-old Luis Ortiz, but Tony Bellew, in saying that, we have to understand that Dillian White was just knocked out by someone in Alexander Povetkin who's the same damn age. So what are we talking about, bro? Like the jokes or the banter or whatever the UK wants to call this, it's not really funny when it makes no sense. Alexander Povetkin, he's 41 years old. September 2nd. So when he knocked out Dillian White, he was 40, you know? And he was born in September of 1979, right? Luis Ortiz. So just keep that in mind. There's Luis Ortiz. Boom. He was born in 1979, age 41. So what is Tony Bellew talking about? Like all this poking fun at Luis Ortiz. Why didn't Tony Bellew fight Luis Ortiz? You know, if he's such an old man, how come another UK fighter, Dave Allen, lost to Luis Ortiz? If he's, you know, and Dave Allen's pretty tough, and he got stopped by Luis Ortiz, right? So it's like the UK, they just live in their own fantasy world. We reject your deposit. It just looks real bad to me. It looks real bad because, see, look, he got stopped in the 7th round in the 8-rounder when he was signed with Matchroom for a couple of fights. So all that, Luis Ortiz is 95-year-old. Why didn't Dillian White fight Mr. 95-year-old? Why did Dillian White get knocked out by someone who's the same age? Why did he struggle with another guy who's the same age, Marish Weck? Marish Weck is the same age as all of them, and that was Dillian White's opponent in Saudi Arabia, right? And Dillian White came in, didn't look in shape. Look, Marish Weck, go watch the fight. He was born in 1979, just like Povetkin and just like Luis Ortiz. So all this, oh, Luis Ortiz is 95 years old. Well, guess what? Dillian White's last few opponents and his upcoming opponent are 40, 41-year-olds as well. You know what I mean? So that, I just shut that down. Easy work. I don't think Tyson Fury is joking. Wilder is dangerous. You know, people like Tony Bellew, they keep using the same rhetoric. I've seen it with a lot of UK fans and Tony Bellews and other people. They keep saying that Wilder's a one-trick pony, but he's knocking out everyone minus Tyson Fury, right? And then he's raving about Joshua, who quit versus Andy Ruiz. Wilder didn't quit. In fact, he separated from Mark Breland because he was so upset that the towel was thrown in. So there's clearly no quitting him. And, you know, it's just looking bad for the UK boxing scene, because it's like nobody is taking these types of comments seriously from guys like Tony Bellew. And my other question is this: Tony Bellew explains when he realized Wilder was way too big. Tony Bellew reveals the reason for turning down the Deontay Wilder fight, right? He's opened up honestly about why he turned down the Wilder fight. When we met, we slapped hands. I hugged him and he hugged me, and his arm literally wrapped around my whole body. It was as though his arm had tickled his chin, and at that moment I knew our fight was never happening. I'm never going anywhere near you. So Wilder said he would even come down to cruiserweight because Tony Bellew kept talking about Wilder. So you've seen this Tony Bellew, obsession with Deontay Wilder, but you had an opportunity to fight Wilder, and you specifically said that you don't want to fight him because his arm wrapped around you. But then now in retirement, Tony Bellew won't stop talking about Deontay Wilder. You know, that's pretty poor. That's in poor form. I don't think Tyson Fury, what he was saying was outlandish. I do think him and Wilder are the best people, you know, for different reasons. People keep talking about, oh, Wilder's too big. He said, I was happy to face him. I thought he's not actually that big, said Bellew. Then we hugged. Why should I look, this is Tony Bellew. He had the opportunity to fight Wilder. He said, why should I put myself in danger? Every fight is dangerous as it is, but I'm not going to give people unnecessary advantages. So instead of fighting Wilder, this is what Mr. Tony Bellew had to say. And now he won't stop talking about Wilder. You know, it's kind of funny how that works, but whatever. I had to make this video because it's not really making sense. You know, he keeps saying Wilder's a one-trick pony. Okay, since he's one-trick pony, why didn't you fight him? Why did you say, I'm not fighting, I'm not going near this guy, health comes first, instead of just fighting Wilder? Why don't you come out of retirement and fight Wilder? Let's just scrap the Tyson Fury 3 since we're in the pandemic, and then Tony Bellew versus Wilder. You know, it's just weird behavior. You know, I don't know if he's been coached by Eddie Hearn and he's trying to, you know, do Eddie Hearn's like dirty work and stuff, but it's just, it don't look right. It don't look right when you say all this stuff about Wilder and Tyson Fury's fibbing and things like that. Joshua, a lot of people, including myself, believe he quit versus Andy Ruiz. He's a solid fighter, but you're making it like Joshua's the new Mike Tyson and he just beats Fury easily. But then you're also saying Dillian White is a tougher fight than Fury, you know. And is this your king, UK? Like this is what you guys believe in? Really weird. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, hi, I'm Mike Tyson, come and watch my fight. Floyd Mayweather, easy work, I'm rich. And Manny Pacquiao, yes, it's up to my promoter, just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego. the future of boxing.